Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, Brian Biller's with us. El Nino, so hope your alarm went off. I heard that he takes a nap before the show. Rod Zawacki, David Racy, and it's Jay Briggs. Unless he's doing a show with Jay, then he doesn't take a nap. That's what he told me. And here's how the lineup for this evening. We got Bittler, Briggs, Ninos, Racy, Zawacki, and then I will close this one out. All right, National Championship game tonight here. UConn and San Diego State. Of course, we got a lot of baseball, right? We had 2 games done. We saw a complete blowout with Milwaukee winning, and we saw the Giants. Hope they held on. They were up big. I know the game just finished not too long ago. We still have 13 games on the board from MLB, 3 on the ice. We've got some teams that can clinch playoff spots here. Looking at NHL Network right now in that wild West, we see a big game night for the Golden Knights. A 1-point lead over the Knights, 2 points above Rod's Oilers. Rod's Oilers team now in 3rd place behind the Kings and Golden Knights here. This is going to be a nice race to finish the season. Wild card picture there, Kraken and Jets in, Flames, Predators on the outside looking in. Big game for the Predators tonight. So, again, we're getting the final weeks of both seasons, NBA and NHL. Let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Brian Bittler. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Bring in Brian right now. He was thanking the Bulls in the green room for that win yesterday. Brian, what's happening?
Yep. I'm so glad it's baseball season, and I'm not missing the NBA too much today. We got a great Major League Baseball card. We got college basketball tonight, and hopefully Al Ninos gets his little nappy in and gets into the green room and gets ready to go because we need him tonight for sure.
Yeah, we need Al Ninos in here for sure. He usually sends me a text that he's running late when he wakes up, when he hits the snooze button. But we'll see what's going on tonight. We go to Major League Baseball here with Brian, and this is not his game. I don't know what I was thinking here. Brian is looking at this Mariners game tonight as the Mariners are taking on the Angels. The Mariners here $1.35 in this one.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to roll here with the Seattle Mariners late on Monday night. Seattle comes in 1-3, not where I expected them to be early this year. This team full of talent, and they got the real stud going tonight, George Kirby. For my money, maybe the best arm in the American League, best young arm in the American League. Kirby in the spring was dominant over his final 3 starts, 10 1/3 innings, striking out 14 batters, not allowing a run. And then on the other side, you got Reed Detmers. He got pounded like a cheap steak in spring training. 10 hits allowed over 7 innings, and 5 earned runs. So for me, Mariners really need a win here tonight. Really need to take this series. Don't be scared off by that juice. Mariners 7-0. Against left-handed pitching. I'm going to take the Seattle Mariners, George Kirby on the bat tonight.
All right, Brian says take the Mariners, lay the 135 here against the Angels. And, of course, the Angels, got it right here against Oakland here in the final 2 games of that series. Didn't look good in game 1. Of course, I can't really give credit for the pitching staff for the Angels, Brian, because they were facing Oakland, right?
Yeah, but, Oakland's tough, though, in spots at home. And, last year people got caught betting against Oakland A's, and they're not a team that just rolls over. And this Angels team has been a team that I backed a lot in the past that people followed me, but this year a little sour to the Angels, maybe because they're winning. I don't know what it is, but I think the Seattle Mariners are the team to keep an eye on. Sometimes they float under the radar. If they're playing a team like the Yankees, the Astros, you might be able to get the Seattle Mariners on a good price.
Well, let's remember last year, right? The Angels were playing well. People had chalked them in. This is going to be a playoff team. This is going to be a playoff team. Then Rendon gets hurt. Yep. Rendon gets hurt. They go on that 13-game losing streak, a massive losing streak, and they fire Joe Madden.
Yep, and I think of Rendon's day-to-day right now, isn't he? And he seems like he's always on the injured list, Rendon. And the Phillies have the same problem with Bryce Harper. It seems like he's been injured a lot lately.
Yeah, he's hurt, and of course their first baseman got hurt for the year, that horrible injury there in spring training. But anyway, on this one, Brian here, Mariners lay the 135 here against the Angels late night action. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, we got the championship game up on the board, as well as 13 still to go here from Major League Baseball. 3 on the ice, some really big games with playoff implications tonight on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, normally I'd be talking about my titanium play, but that went off early today. Got the cash on that one. but I do got a Major League Baseball almost too easy play. This play is so easy. It's almost too easy. Yeah, for $30 over at pickdogs.com. I put a special price in for my 3-day plan just for the drive-through guys. $75 gets you all 3 days of my premium picks. It's going to be tonight only, so that sale ends at midnight. Get 3 days for $75 at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Got to work with Brian Biller over at Pick Dogs Premium. As you can see, that great value right there with that 3-day pass. Big schedules here from NBA tomorrow, NHL as well. Of course, we've got baseball on the board every day pretty much, so get on board with Brian Biller over at Pick Dogs Premium. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll take another 15% off that reduced price there. As now if you take off money off the price, the promo code still works. So get on board and take advantage of that. Get out a second cap for 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. Love that Phillies cap, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Yep, love being here in the drive-thru. I'm going to let the drive-thru play. I'm going to enjoy a nice New York strip steak I got downstairs. Got a lot of good cappers coming up, and I'll catch you on Friday, Tony. Keep on streaking.
You got it. Brian Biller here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue on. I think Jay Briggs. Now, Jay Briggs up next. You catch him over at Pick Dogs Stream. Catch his shows here. This NBA is going to be quite interesting this week. The NBA, that's a challenge. Figuring out what all this mess and what we saw yesterday. Oh my goodness, some of these teams going down. What did the Timberwolves go down? Sacramento lose to Spurs. So we've seen some of the dead showing some life in the NBA. I don't know how Portland was able. Portland is 17-point favorite, wins. We're see that's right. When some of the dead showing some life in the NBA, Jay.
Yeah, Tony, it's a crazy time in the NBA right now, man. The NBA streets as we're closing out the season. I'm interested to see how it closes out.
Yeah, you got the zombie Spurs, the zombie Trailblazers, dead teams showing a little bit of life, taking bites out of some of these playoff contending teams. And of course tonight, Jay, you're going to be looking specifically at the game tonight. Actually, we're going to the Major League Baseball tonight, right? I think I put your graphic on Bitler's one, but anyway, you're going to be looking at this Orioles and Ranger game. Boy, Baltimore had some series there against the Red Sox. Of course, the Rangers took care of business there against the Phillies.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting series. I'm excited for it to kick off tonight. I'm not going to overcomplicate this one, Tony. First game, I'm going to take the over. Both bats have been alive in both series we've seen. The Rangers exploded on the Phillies to begin the season. It's a positive sign as they do have some new guys in that lineup. I think that the morale in Texas is at an all-time high, and I think the bats, the way they're swinging, I think they keep swinging, and they get over, their posted total runs. And the O's, they can put up some runs on the board too. And their defense, we were kind of talking before the show. We know their defense can have some errors that allow Texas to have probably some easy runs, as we've seen with the Red Sox series, dropping that foul ball, a couple of the, bumps that they had. They haven't been playing clean baseball. All that said, I think this one goes over the 8.5. I think we're looking at a pretty high-scoring game, exciting game tonight.
All right, Jay, here, Orioles and the Rangers over 8.5. We may have one team could probably get this one over themselves. We'll see that. We saw one team do that today. We saw a lot of runs scored this afternoon today in baseball as we're getting into those. Key to note here, we're getting to those fourth and fifth starters now. So this is where I really think you're going to see the impact here of these new rules when you start getting down to the deep into the rotations.
Yes, sir. I'm right there with you, Tony. So I actually have been to 2 Major League Baseball games already this season. And what I will tell y'all is that pitch clock makes a huge difference. Guys don't have as much time to gather their thoughts in between pitches, and it might be, kind of why we're seeing some high-scoring totals here, especially with, like you just said, some of the newer guys, not the aces, getting some run now. They were making mistakes before being on a time limit. It doesn't surprise me that they'll be making some more on a strict time limit. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more scoring here in MLB.
Yeah, some of the newer guys need that catcher. A lot of times we see that timeout or that look at the catcher to get some signs and figure things out and shake it off the signs. But it seems to me that again hurts the newer guys. The veterans, they know they do the scouting reports. They know they put this stuff in their memory. But that's why they've been around for 15 years. They can memorize the scouting report. They don't need help from the catcher, or they don't need to look at their wrist for all these notes they write. These guys know what they're doing.
Exactly. They've been the pitches that they've been throwing. They're used to those. These younger guys, the bottom feeder guys. I don't know. They were fighting for these spots, man, and on that tight time limit. I think we start to see a little more scoring moving forward in MLB.
Yep, Bradish on the hill last year, year 5, and walked 9%. So that can be scary here against this Ranger lineup. The way they're hitting
Very
right
well
now.
can. Like you said, we've seen a lot of scoring from both teams. I wouldn't be surprised if one team got it over this total. I really wouldn't be surprised.
All right, Jay here in Orioles Rangers over the total of 8.5 runs. This one will start here 8 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for tonight's action here. Let's take a look here over at Pick Dodge Premium. As you know, we got the championship game doing great results over the last 7 days. 749 units of profit, all documented. You can verify those numbers over at Pick Dodge Premium when you go over to Jay's Handicapper page and you check it out there. All right, Jay, we got lots of going on tonight. Championship game. We also have still 13 games here on the board here from the NBA. Your stars are in action. 3 big games on the ice with playoff implications here in this final week. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir, Tony. I got a lot of baseball today. I got 3 baseball plays, and I have 2 plays in the national championship game. No NBA for me today. I had no jam session and no live jam session. It felt kind of weird not having those, but we'll be back tomorrow with the NBA. Huge card tomorrow, but today we're staying focused in that MLB, which we've had a nice start to the season on. I have my $19 MLB play of the day. I'm 4-0 on the year on that play. We've hit it every day to start the Major League Baseball season. Try to go 5-0 on that play today. You can scoop it up $19. That play's also in the MLB 3-pack. And like I said, I got the 2 plays in the national championship game, college hoops. So excited for all that tonight, man. Hop on over there and continue stacking units here at Pick Dog.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dodge Premium. Look at those great results over the last 7 days. Get on board with Jay's Hot right now. $19 MLB pick of the day. Or if you want, get the long-term pass, the 7-day pass. Get all of Jay's premium plays for 7 days, including the remainder of the NBA regular season, which ends on Sunday, as well as his baseball, hockey as well, as we get to the end of the season, regular season here in hockey. Of course, the championship game, and of course, baseball in there as well. 7-day pass, your best value over at Pick Dodge Premium. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Right, Jay? As always, great having you on the show. If you need that success tomorrow, a 13-game card from the NBA, so be ready for your rundown and, of course, your live show.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be honest. I might drop it tonight because, I think all the lines are already out. So I might get to work here here in a little bit. So I'll probably drop it tonight for the people. So if y'all on the lookout, be on the lookout. Jam session might be on tonight.
That's right, guys. Set those notifications. And when that video drops, you get it right there. And when he goes live at 4 Eastern time, you're there. You get the plays, get the information, and get the best number, right? Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tony T, man. Let's make some money tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Jay Briggs here on The Drive. We will continue on. Guys, you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Appreciate that, everybody in the chat room. Nicholas Handy, a shout-out to you there as well. And, of course, we will continue on here on the drive-through. And I think it's time to go ahead and welcome in El Ninos. Looks like he woke up. It looks like the cobwebs out. Okay, all right, get ready to get on camera here, El Ninos. I know he takes a nap. We missed him on the Open. He's usually there for the Open. If he's not, he's usually at the poker room. I think he's ready for El Ninos. El Ninos, what's happened?
Yeah, no poker room tonight, but I did get that beauty nap in. How are you doing, Tony?
Very good, very good. All right, here we go. Tonight we go to Major League Baseball late night game here out west. Guardians continue their West Coast trip. They're in Oakland tonight as big favorites, as you'd expect, a total 7.5.
Yeah, big favorites. I mean, it could have been bigger favorites if you ask me. I think this is a pretty decent price considering the matchup. Yeah, a little juicy, but we could take care of that by betting a little bit on the run line as well. They're on the road here. Should get out to a lead on James Caprillion and be able to hold on to it. Now, Zach, please, like you just mentioned, a high-scoring game. This could be another high-scoring one if these guys don't pitch well. Now, we saw James Caprillion come out strong at times, and or at least last season, come out strong, but then fall off a little bit. And I think this lineup is definitely good enough to get to him today, and I think they do. I do kind of lean towards the over here as well, but much rather play on the Guardians here. I'll take them -1 myself. You can lay the juice if you don't want to do all that, or you can take the run line if you don't want to lay the juice. But either way, I think you got to back the Guardians this matchup. The A's look good in that win, I guess, but not so good in their losses, and I think that's more an indication of who they are than the upsets. I mean, the upsets will come every now and then, but not often enough, and I don't think we're getting enough value on the A's to back here tonight. So I'm on the Guardians.
Yeah, not even, dude. I mean, if you want me to look at Oakland, there better be a 2 with the first number. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm seeing ones. There's no way in hell I'm gonna even look at we gotta stop calling them the A's. They're the Fs. Okay, you're gonna. These are the Fs. What they are. So Nino's here on the Guardians here in this one, and of course, we got Plesac on the mound, hot or cold. I know he had a little maturing growing up to do. We understand that. I don't know. It's really hard to look at these stats. We're only a few games into the season. We did see Cleveland kind of struggle there with Seattle's right-handed pitching. There was a couple close ones in there, but for the most part, they took care of business. But the one thing you're getting out of them was that the bullpen showed up, but they did a lot like last year.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that another edge here for the Guardians here is the bullpen. I mean, all around, I don't think there's one edge you could give to the A's other than. Sorry, you're right. They even changed the names themselves. Maybe they don't feel they deserve to be called the A's anymore. So the Athletics. Other than home field advantage, I don't see what they got going for them here, and just don't think that's going to be enough. So I like the Guardians everywhere else, and I don't think, again, being on the road
Oakland's already. Oakland didn't take long for them to get in mid-season form. They're hitting 178, so they're right in mid-season form right now.
Right, they looked fine in Seattle. They should do just fine in Oakland as well. I think the Guardians will be fine in this series.
All right, Guardians minus 140.
I like this play a lot.
Yeah, Guardians should have been a premium. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Guardians minus 146 against the Fs. This one will have a start time here of 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream for tonight's action. We got the national championship game up on the board tonight. UConn and San Diego State also in action tonight with 13 games still remaining in the MLB. We got one game starting in about 15 minutes. We got those 6:40 games coming up pretty soon, is what I want to say, because I think there's more than one tonight, as well as 3 on the ice with playoff implications. Great results in baseball to start the year. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I think it's my first day off in the NHL of the season, but I said 3 games. Interesting matchups, but I just didn't quite see any good angles on it, so passed on the NHL. And I do have a lot of baseball, though, and might play on that college basketball championship game, so never a bad time to hop on the long-term passes during baseball season. Should get plenty of action there, or the 2-for-1 capper specials. But I have a 3-pack in the MLB, and again, my best play sold individually, and that college basketball individually as well.
That's right, guys. Got board El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here in baseball to start the season, so get on board. El Ninos has lots of his plays up on the board he's talked about. Long-term pass, way to roll here. 7 days. Get all El Ninos Premium plays for the remainder of the NBA regular season. 7 days of hockey. Of course, don't forget the baseball. The college basketball championship game is part of that. Use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save 15% off. All right, El Ninos, as always, great having you show. Ever so great. Nino, keep up their great work, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Get back to sleep.
All right, thanks, Tom. Actually, see you in a minute, no?
Yeah, see you in a minute. That's right. You're in the recap. You got to stay up for another half hour. All right, El Ninos here on the drive.
I'm ready to go all night now. We're ready.
Got to get the coffee in you. Stay up for another 20 minutes if you could. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on the show. David Racy up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Catch his articles over on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat. Of course, does the short series over on the channel as well. We're bringing David in right now. Let's see, we get in right now. Always like to talk to the writers, man, because these guys are always well researched. A lot of great information you get from writers, no doubt about that. I learned that a long time ago, back in the day when I would follow people, listen to people on the radio. I think we're going to get ready to bring in David in right now. David Racy, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Tony?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Western Conference battle tonight. Playoff implications on both sides here as the Golden Knights trying to solidify that first place, get home ice here for a little while. Golden Knights on the road against the Wild. Wild favorites in this one, total 5.5.
Yeah, like you said, this will be a great game. Both teams are in first place of their divisions, looking to pull away. The race really for the divisions is fantastic. You know, I know we talk about at least the last couple of weeks the seeding of the playoffs, but the race for these leads in the divisions have been great, and this is just another one here. So Minnesota's at home tonight, and I like them here. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. They've won 5 of their last 7, and they're 9-2 in their last 11 home games. They did lose 4-1 to this Vegas team on Saturday. That game was in Vegas, but I think they're going to bounce back here. The Wild have been very good defensively. They're only allowing 2.63 goals against per game. And they're a slightly better team on the special teams, but both teams are pretty similar in that aspect. But on that defensive note, the Wild have allowed 2 goals or fewer in 5 of their last 8 games. And then when you're looking at Vegas, they are 1-2 in their last 3, with the 1 win coming against the Wild on Saturday. And then the previous 2 losses, they allowed 11 goals to San Jose and Edmonton. And so I just think they're going to kind of run into an issue here on the road in Minnesota. That play should be hopping. Minnesota's 16-6 in their last 22 games. They're 22-8 in their last 30 games played on 1 day of rest. And the home team in this matchup is 6-1 in the last 7. So definitely the home team has the edge here, and I'm going with the Wild.
All right, David, here on the Wild, lay the -131 here against the Golden Knights. Battle between first seed teams trying to hold that first place position here as we're winding down play here in the NHL. We got still some games left to go. Some teams with 5, some teams are looking here at some 6, 7 games. Wild card contenders also nerve-wracking. But these are top contenders. And we talked this before about seeding and whatnot, and why the divisions are so important in hockey, the way the playoff is structured. It's pretty much in the NHL, you've got the first place team facing the wild cards team, and then the number 2 plays the number 3. That number 2 versus 3 seeds in these Stanley Cup Finals is pretty much a war to begin the playoffs.
Yes, it is, and that's why, like you said, that 1 seed in each division is so important. You look at the Pacific. Vegas is up by 1 point on Los Angeles and 2 points on the Oilers, right? So definitely want to avoid both those teams. And then you look at the Central, it's just as tight. Minnesota's up 1 point on Colorado and Dallas. So, in those first round matchups, as it stands right now, that Los Angeles-Edmonton matchup and that Colorado-Dallas matchup would be a doozy. Those you want to stay out of that matchup if you can, because that's not going to be easy.
Not an easy task. You don't want a war to start the playoffs, and it's kind of a controversial way to start the playoffs. I kind of like it here for the end of the regular season because it puts much more importance for these regular season games, especially for teams that are contending for those spots.
It does. It does. You don't really see, and not that the NHL really has an issue resting players anyways, but you don't see teams, unless you're the Bruins, I guess, have the luxury of taking a night off, so you're going to get the great effort, and it creates really good games down the stretch. Whereas, if it was the classic 1 through 8, there could be an argument there where the last week or two, if you move from a 2 to a 3 or a 3 to a 4, it's not a huge deal, So it definitely does create some more meaningful games. The thing that it's going to be interesting for me for the Wild is getting Kaprizov back on the ice. He's been out for a while. I know he's kind of getting close a little bit, but definitely a big loss for them if they don't have him for the playoffs. That's for sure. But I still don't think that affects this one too much. All
right, David, here on the Wild, the -131 against the Golden Knights. Just want to have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Good start to the baseball season. 13-game card from MLB. We got some games starting here in 10 minutes. Also, we got 3 on the ice, as well as a national championship game from college basketball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's been a good little run for me here over the last week, especially the last 2 days. 14-7 in my last 2 days. Like you said, good start to the baseball season. I've been hot in the NHL. And it's a good time to join right now. I have a college basketball premium play for the national championship game tonight. I have an NHL premium play and an MLB 3-pack available over there at Pick Dogs Premium. But it's a great time right now to join in for a long-term pass. 30-day pass gets you into the NHL and NBA playoffs, along with all this baseball going on. So it's a great time to join. So head on over to Pick Dogs, and we'll make some money together.
That's right, guys. Got to go with David Racy over at Pick Dogs Premium. Good results here from MLB. Of course, lots of action up there with the 3-pack from baseball. A lot of individual plays. Instead of buying them individually, long-term pass. Remember, David has a 7, 30-day, or 7, 30, a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all of his premium plays for that period of time. You select when you go to his Handicapper page, make that purchase. That 1-month all-sports pass, 3 days of plays, all of his baseball. NHL will get you right into the second round of the playoffs. NBA as well, playoff action there. A great value there with the 1-month all sports pass. Use a promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off, which takes about $45 off that 30-day pass from David. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, David, as always, great having you show. you that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you also contribute a lot over at Pick Dogs on the channel as well as on the site with written content.
Yeah, the written content for sure. I enjoy doing those articles. I'm writing baseball, NHL, was doing college basketball, but myself and the other writers, we cover every single game in baseball and hockey and NBA, and it's a great place to look for some free picks. And then, the video series, I do one on Twitter every day, my personal Twitter, which you can find in my bio on Pick Dogs. And then the YouTube shorts have been off the air a little bit here as we're trying to figure out some posting issues, but those will be back sooner rather than later, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds great, guys. You know where to find David. Check his articles out there as well as Twitter, and of course that series on Shorts coming soon. All right, David, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. You too.
You got it. David Racy here on the Drive Thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that as well. All right, we'll continue on here on the Drive Thru. Up next, Rod Zawacki. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, Rod has been great to us here on the show with his picks. Probably get a little nervous. We saw the Oilers fall to the number 3 seed in the West. What's happening there? We just saw them beat the Kings. How did they fall? How did they fall down to the 3rd seed? But anyway, we'll bring him in right now. Rod Zawacki. Rod, what's happening?
How did they fall? Because the Kings keep winning. That's why. The Kings aren't doing their part and lose these games. They're supposed to lose last night to the Canucks and stay down there.
Yeah, they've been winning. Okay. There's still a lot of hockey to go.
That's okay. Still a lot of hockey. You still got to face us again. So that happens tomorrow night, I believe. I believe it's the big old matchup tomorrow night in LA. No?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken.
Big one.
Big game. That's
big game. Yeah, there's a couple big games at Staples Center. There's the Oilers and Kings on Tuesday, then the Clippers Lakers on Wednesday. So
the Clippers and Lakers on Wednesday, right? Yeah.
we've got some wild stuff going on in LA, but tonight we talked about playoff implications. Here we go. Stars and Predators tonight with the Stars 205, total 6.
Yeah, look at this one, and it's not like the Stars are going to miss the playoffs here. The Stars are definitely going to make the playoffs. They were just trying to hope to maybe win the Central Division, and that they're still alive for that battle. It's definitely a battle between them, the Wild, and the Colorado Avalanche for the Central Division. And this Predators team, well, they have 2 games in hand on Calgary and Winnipeg, is who's they're running down for that last, and the Kraken, because they're only a couple. They're 5 points behind Winnipeg, 6 points behind the Kraken, but they have 2 games in hand on all 3 of those teams. So coming into this one here tonight, we're going to go with the Predators to keep their season alive, as Scott Wedgwood's going to get the start for the Dallas Stars in this one, and he hasn't played since February 18th. He's had a little bit of work in the AHL, but rehabbing from his injury return. And before he got injured, he was 1-4 in his last 5 starts. So this is a tough spot for the Stars, having to back Wedgwood in goal. Not what I was expecting to see this morning in the goalie start. I figured Ottinger would be at the start, but hey, it's Wedgwood for this one. Saros, the workhorse for Nashville, he won his 30th last time out. He's been hot since March, 7-4-2 with 252 goals against average since March, as I said, rolling right along. This Nashville team, surprisingly, 11-4 in their last 15 games when their opponent allows 5 goals or more in the previous game. Nashville's also 17-8 when they score 5 goals in the previous game. And this Dallas team that at home used to be really good and tough place to play. Well, 3-8 in their last 11 games at home, 2-6 in their last 8. When only scoring 2 goals or less in their previous. I think Nashville, I think a plus money price here. I think they got a great shot to upset the Dallas Stars in this one tonight.
All right, we got Rod here on the Predators here, plus 172 here against the Stars. The big juicy price there on the obviously on the money line here, taking the underdog Predators here. And of course, this is the team Predators that had a good showing there against St. Louis. Did something that's hard to do. That's going to Boston and win.
Yeah, went into Boston and got a nice, huge win at a nice plus price. For me, it's just that's a tough spot here for Wedgwood. I'm surprised that Dallas would put Wedgwood in this spot. But I guess you need 2 goalies heading into the playoffs, and you got to get them some work. So I think that's why they are taking the shot that he's back and ready to go. I've seen him make some good starts. I've seen him make some really lay an egg type starts too, and that's what I'm expecting here. Is when you look at it as well, Dallas is trying to beat Nashville for 4 straight here this season. It's tough to beat a team 3 straight, much less 4 straight. Nashville gets one right here.
All right, we got Rod here. Predators plus 172 against the Stars. This one have a start time, 8:30 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, as we said, we're getting close to about a few minutes away from the 6:40 starts in baseball. Still 13 games on the card here for Major League Baseball. 3 on the ice. National Championship game, UConn and San Diego State. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got my MLB Monday triple. Got a nice 3-pack in tonight's MLB action. Let's scoop that up. Or I've got my $19 NHL sniper play, 5 and 3 in the last 8 of those. My solo play on the ice tonight. This would have been number 2 if I didn't want to put it in. This one's here for you guys tonight. So head on over, grab that $19 one because it's just as good as this one tonight.
There you go, draft to exclusive. All right, guys, get on board. Over at Pick Dog Premium's got his plays up there for you today. Of course, long-term pass. That 1-month pass gets it's a great value right now. They put a discount on that 1-month pass here to start April, especially when you get a lot of playoff action with that 1-month pass from NHL, from as well as the NBA, and of course, don't forget all your baseball here for the 30 days. So great pass there. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value. It's called Rod's Mega Month Pass. Get signed up. All right, Rod, it's always great having you on the show. To that success, we'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But of course, we can catch you in the mornings every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, your video series with Chris with the Puck Dogs as well.
Yeah, definitely go check that out. The Puck Dogs got a loaded card tomorrow. With every day we're going to do a parlay. Now we're going to put we got a prop one going in tonight's action. So go check that out. Like, subscribe. That way you get notified when those videos get released, and you can get the best of the number with us as you join me and Chris aboard some of the Puck Dogs plays. Definitely go check those out. And also check us out in the morning. Me, Mitch, and Chris always have a good time chatting up today's action. And sometimes we fall off the rails, and definitely have a good time doing that as well. So definitely tune in. We appreciate everybody. Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. We got to wake up the chat room. I think we have to chat to sleep. I think on the
chat board's asleep.
Chat board's asleep today.
Sleep was handicapped stripper tonight? Yeah,
we don't sleep. We don't sleep. What sleep?
We don't have time to sleep.
No, but we got a good view.
It's every waking minute to find every edge, nick, nook, cranny that you can find to try to find an edge to make some money for me and for all you fine folks.
Absolutely. No doubt about that. Rod Zawacki. Catch him on the YouTube channel.
Sleep later.
That's right. 10 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be ready to roll with another show with Mitch and company there. Indeed. All right, Rod, have a great night. Making a win one. We'll catch up again tomorrow.
Definitely. You have yourself a winning night too, Tony. And everybody else watching, let's have a nice big night. Kick off the week strong.
There you go. Rod Zawacki here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap. El Ninos is standing by. We're taking away from his nap that he will join us here in a little bit. Of course, we will continue on here on the show. It is now time here. Let's see what we has in the chat room. Yes, we'll drink to that. Hardy as well. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time for my play. Let's get that one up there right now. We're going to be looking at this one tonight between the Cardinals and the Braves. Pretty good matchup here. Cardinals, Dogs, Braves favorite. I'm going to be here on this Cardinals team at plus 110 here against this. I like this Cardinals team at home. I think they've got it's a great organization, right? I mean, they've been competitive for several years. I remember back in the days when they used to give the Dodgers all kinds of hassles in the playoffs. You always wanted to avoid that Cardinals team. But Atlanta coming off what thought would be a repeat from last year. They didn't get the job done. Charlie Morton takes the hill for the Atlanta Braves, and it'll be Jake Warford going here for St. Louis. You know, the Cardinals did take 2 of 3 at home to Toronto. A pretty good hitting team there. But an issue with Morton has been his road performance the last season. That to me is a big concern. Also, St. Louis is hitting the ball very well. I'm getting plus money here with the Cardinals at home. I think that's a good proposition. The Braves had that little slip last night here against the yesterday afternoon here against the Nationals. So we'll be on the Cardinals plus the 110 here against the Atlanta Braves. All right, continue on here on the drive-through, guys. Over at right now, I've got actually 4 premium plays up on the board right now over at Pick Dogs. I have a best bet here for Major League Baseball. I've been hitting really well with these best bets, transitioning from NBA primarily now into baseball. Boy, I've been riding great run right now, and best bets have that up there right now. My $19 premium play is my best bet. Also, a 3-pack mixing the national championship game with 2 from baseball. So 4 premium plays on the board for me right now over at Pick Dogs. So get on board. You can also use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. And of course, you can also go long term. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to my Handicapper page and you make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with a 2-point capper promotion. One of my 7 days or 30-day passes, just add a second capper there. Even greater value there. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's continue on here. And I think we're going to go ahead and go to the recap. And now Ninos will help us out with the recap. All right, tonight we start with Brian Bittler. Brian liked the Mariners minus 135 against the Angels. Jay was in the Orioles Rangers over 8.5. Al Ninos Guardians lay the 146 against Athletics. David on the Wild here minus 131 against Golden Knights. Now here come the underdogs. Big one here. Rod Predators big plus money against Stars. I'll be on the Cardinals plus 110 against the Braves. All right, Al Ninos, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Real quick, while you guys are about to sign off and go to bed, I know it's getting close to you guys' bedtime, but I'll be up all night. I know I had plays in at 3:20 a.m. last night.
Wow.
And then again at 5:59 a.m. when I woke up. So, stay up all night working for you guys. Awesome. Yeah, I do kind of need a nap sometimes in the afternoon. Forgive me, please. About to stay up all night grinding for tomorrow's games again. So
beautiful.
So, I think that nap is a little deserved. And for my favorite play I'm going to go with Jays over the 8.5 with the Orioles and Rangers.
Yep, I'm kind of on that one as well. So they've got the explanation about the nap from El Nino. So that's why he's a little grouchy when he does Jay's show. So you understand. All right, so here we go.
I did have to readjust my nap time when I started doing those quite a bit. Now he's got a few more other cappers getting on there as well. So we'll see next time we get back on. But it's always worth it for that. It's always a fun show to do.
Very good. Okay.
Same way, cut them short to get on here for you guys as well.
That's right. Cut it short, get on. He cuts it. You ever heard the alarm go off right when we start the show? That's how Ninos' alarm to make sure you better wake up. There you go. All right. Hey, that's the life of the capper, right? People always, I always get bashed. Why aren't you on the morning shows? I don't do nothing in the morning other than sleep and go to the gym. That's the thing. It's hard when a capper. I'm up, out on the West Coast. I like to get my work done once all the games are done. That's when I need all the I get all the fresh data. I don't like working with stale data. I just feel dirty. I don't want to talk about a game, unless if the game is over and I have all the data that's updated. So that's why my schedule's like yours. Well, I will kind of do the same thing. I will go late in the night, right?
Yeah. Speaking of which, too, no NHL tonight, but I do have my best bet for the NHL tomorrow already. See, so I try to get ahead of it whenever I can. That's another way to try to get the best number as well.
Yeah, see, you made great work of that extra time awake. You're able to get that game in. So there you go.
There you go.
That
was before nap time. See?
Before nap time. Sharper then. Indeed. All right, guys. I'd like to thank everybody.
We all got to get some sleep sometime.
No doubt about that. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat room, all our viewers today. A shout out there to Matt D, Nicholas Handy as well with a nice thumbs up. Rod was in there as well. Ramon as well. Nick Beat Vegas, always a good shout out to you. Welcome. I love your contribution in the chat room. Blake as well. Bo Dunn Sports in there as well. Appreciate Reese Tadman in there. Big fan of Jays. Hope you find him. You'll find him there with the link or with the shout out there. So great work from everyone in the show today. All right, that's going to do it for our show. Remember, guys, we're back here tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and we'll give out all the live plays for you for the Tuesday action. We'll have a lot on the board tomorrow. Lots of NHL. 13 on the NBA. Maybe El Ninos will stay up till 6:59 with all the games out tonight for tomorrow's baseball. Full game from 4:15 from baseball, 13 from NBA, 13 from hockey. So El Ninos will probably go to bed at 6:59. Actually, it won't be tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be tomorrow morning, right?
It's 3:20 I stayed up till. 5:59 was the wake-up time.
Oh, the wake-up to make sure you got to put the play in. All right, so you're going to get up till 4:20. 420 then, because all those games we got 20. We got 15, 13, and 15, 13, and 13. Right, so that's how much is that? That's about 50. That's a lot of games. I'm trying to do my math here on the fly. 26 and 50, 41 games tomorrow, El Ninos. 41. Full card NBA, full card NHL, full card MLB. You got that's a lot of work tomorrow. A lot of work tomorrow. So a lot of sleepy eye tomorrow from El Ninos. All right, and okay, so that'll do it for the show, guys. Remember, we're back here tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget all the great content here on Pick Dogs. We got the morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch. We got Rod and we got Chris, the Puck Dog. You better start watching these NHL videos, guys. The playoffs are about a week away, so you better get caught up on this NHL stuff. Catch out with Rod and Chris with the NHL videos. Also, you want to check out Jay's Jam Session from the NBA. Then he goes live. He goes live at 4 p.m. Eastern Time with his NBA Jam Session live, as well as his video drop in the morning. Ron Romanelli's MLB breakdown, as well as up on the show. Of course, we're getting David Racy's shorts coming up soon, as well as Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, Bane Tools show. Of course, it's a UFC week, so we'll have Brad Mills back here with the show. All right, that's going to do it for our show. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here for today. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from this afternoon show. We're going to wait. Goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.